of sun.
In this lesson we will make night version of the sun and make transition between them. Before making night version, let's add some extra effects to our sun. Select the car layer, right click on it and go to layer styles and choose inner shadow. Let's open layer style properties. Change the black color to something bright. And change blend mode to screen. Then let's change the size number. With this we will make the car more integrated into the environment. Let's copy this layer style and apply it to the other elements of the scene. And we just need to change some properties. Let's copy this layer style and apply it also inside the car composition. Let's apply it also for the trees. Okay, now we can create the night version. Let's duplicate camping day composition and rename it camping night. Let's open it and start changing colors. Let's change the tint color to something darker. And just copy and paste it to other elements. And we also need to change layer style colors. Let's duplicate car day composition and rename it to car night. And replace it with pressed Alt button in our composition. Again, let's change layer style color. Let's copy the tint effect and apply it also in the car composition. Then let's duplicate car night composition. Here we need to delete everything except the side part of the car and wheels. For the spare wheel, we need only the side part. So let's duplicate it and make it alpha invert. With this way it will show only the side part. We also need to mask it. Okay, let's name it car lights. Now go to the camping night composition. Duplicate car composition and replace it with the car lights composition. Delete the tint effect. And let's apply the tritone effect and change the colors to something yellowish. You can see the sphere wheel is too dark, so let's go inside the composition and make it a little bit brighter. Now let's duplicate tent. Here we need to only the back part of the tent and small parts of the pins. So let's delete everything else. Let's copy the tritone effect and apply it to the tint. And let's make it brighter. Now we need to make these lights blinking. For that, let's create null object. Go to Effects, Expression Controls, Slider Control. Duplicate it, select the layer, right click on it, go to Distort, Transform. Here we need to write expression so the opacity of the layer changes randomly. We will use wiggle expression for that. Let's type wiggle. This expression requires two variables, and we will control it with the slider controls from the null object we already created. The first number will show how many times it will blink, and the second the amount of the blinking. As you can see, nothing happens, because we need to change opacity from 100 to something lower. Now you can see this blinking effect. Now let's make some stars. I will make the stars with trapcode form, but you can make it with different way. There are a lot of options for that inside the After Effects. You can use fractal noise or CC starburst. I'm using the trapcode form for receiving 3D effect during the movement. Let's create a new layer and add trapcode form effect. Open base form section, change size from linked to individual, so we can manipulate the size of the particles separately in each axis. Increase the number of the particles in Z-axis and decrease the particle numbers for the X and Y-axis. Then go to the Disperse and Twist section and increase the disperse number to something high. Now let's go to the Particles section. Change the sphere fader from 50 to 0, and let's add some randomness to the star size. Then let's go back to the base form section and animate the position of the stars. Now let's add some vignette effect. Let's create a new adjustment layer and apply a curve effect on it and give some contrast. Also, let's change the car and tint layer style colors to something darker. Okay, now let's make our final composition. Bring both camping day and night compositions here. As you can see, the fire layer is disappearing. Let's go and fix this issue. Press Ctrl-Alt-T and copy the keyframes so it loops. Also, let's duplicate fireplace composition because in the daytime we don't need the fire animation. Now let's replace it with the camping day composition. Now we just need to animate opacity of the camping night composition. Let's duplicate our keyframe so it loops. Okay, this is it. Our animation is ready.
Immovable.